You ever look at the back of a game cover and just go, yep, alright, okay, wait, what is this game about? I love insane game covers like this. Like, what does this mean? Watch the family's relationship disintegrate as they take their irritation out on each other? What does that mean? I had no idea what this game called Mr. Mosquito was about. The box definitely didn't help, and I had never heard anyone mention it before, but I knew one thing for certain: I just had to find out. With a game like this, the sky is the limit and anything is possible, so it really says something that the first thing you see is so weird that it still took me off guard. For some reason, it opens up on a parody of survival horror splash screens warning you for explicit violence. It copies it word for word, bar for bar, and then switches over to a caution message about using insecticide. The game hasn't even started yet, and I'm already in unbelievable suspense about what I'm about to see next, which of course was also insane.
I just don't see why we have to take the same old pictures year after year.
We take a picture every year. That's enough of a reason. Look me up here, Kenichi.
These cutscenes are so good. They're at the same time incredibly eye-catching and super minimalist. The composition of this shot is weirder than pretty much anything you'll see in any other game, but it's also the only composition in the game. Every shot looks like this. It's at the same time incredibly eye-catching and super restrained. It's an incredible combination. Okay, I lied a little bit. There's actually cutscenes introducing every level, and you just kind of, you just have to see them to believe them. Like, there's really no point in me explaining them. Just look at this. That's not the story though. The story is told exclusively through these panels. And because there is so little visual information here, every time something about their appearance changes, it's super noticeable. The bug bites just get worse and worse, and it's super funny to look at. Some of these bite locations would be so bad in real life, it actually made me uncomfortable playing the game, and it drives these people crazy. The house has a great sense of scale and location, since every room is a new level and you get these cute little spinning dioramas every time before you start one. You get a real good sense of progress as these people go more and more crazy and the house turns into more and more of a mosquito death trap. The first time you are in one of the bedrooms, it's just a normal place, but by the end it's completely covered in bug zappers from wall to wall. These people actually completely lose it, and it is all you're doing.
I'm just going to take a short nap.
They get all these Street Fighter looking special moves to kill you, which is super funny since it's normally already pretty intense when they try to kill you and you have to dodge their hands in slow motion, but by the end they accidentally set the house on fire, which is the final level of the game. It starts out in the hallway and you get to visit all the rooms you've been to before to suck blood from this family one more time. It's an incredibly funny and effective way to show just how much progress you've made. In the final cutscene of the game, the camera finally moves as the family has given up and just decides to take the picture while looking awful. The story ends in the way it started, with the bird's eye view you saw in the main menu as the family goes inside and puts aside their differences. It's a simple, stripped down slice of life story, but told in an incredibly unique way. And I think that alone is enough to make this game worth experiencing. The gameplay can get a bit repetitive, the hit detection is sometimes pretty bad, and there's not nearly as much detail as I would have liked for it to be genuinely charming to fly around in a giant suburban Japanese house, but sometimes for just a second the stars would align and this game would look just as good as any of my other favorites from this generation. A world detailed enough to look like my real life, but smudgy because it's seen through the eyes of the limited computer chips of a PlayStation 2. These moments didn't happen often, but when they did, it was the game at its best. The controls are also interesting. You feel much more like a little helicopter than an actual insect. It all around just feels pretty bad, but that really doesn't matter. It's nice when a game is perfect, but to me it doesn't have to be. It only needs to be one thing, and that is interesting and unique. And you can say a lot about Mr. Mosquito, but you cannot say that it's not interesting or unique.